2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Sacramento Kings. Last game for the Kings, they picked up the W against Orlando. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. So many teams playing at a faster pace nowadays. Tonight, though, Kenny, we see lots of half-court sets.
Yeah, because it takes craft to run an offense in the half court. You just can't run up and down and jack shots up. This is winning time, half-court basketball. And you find the matchups and you exploit them, Ernie.
And you have to remain patient. You know, you have to remember, Ernie, it's chess, not checkers.
What were you better at, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Have you played chess?
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Atlanta. With Brent Berry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It's the first game back in Atlanta for the Hawks. They've hit a rough spot here early, but still have plenty of time in their season to find their way out.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
There's still some chances to find some positives as the season comes to an end. Even if it's not a playoff spot, just some kind of forward momentum heading into the offseason.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Porter. Bogdanovich is out there with Dennis Smith. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Nurkic, and at the center, locking down the middle. And a long way to go, Brett, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
Now Smith, following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. And it's Smith missing. Atlanta's drawn 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. McCollum kicks to Brogdon. Misses the layup. Kings have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his first basket of the night.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Shot, high post. That one wide left. The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
CJ is such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter, and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Now, here's Nurkic. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Sabonis. The pass to McCollum. And it's off from three-point range. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Wiggins. No good. That would have tied it. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Hawks. Down low, here's Brogdon, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Smith the pass to Nurkic. He He kicks it to Bogdanovich. Sacramento gets it back. Smith finds Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 5. Here's Wiggins. Here's Nurkic. No good on that one. So the Hawks will take it the other way. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Yeah, they matched up very evenly, and that's not a compliment to either side. Last season was a struggle for both squads, and now they're each looking to turn the corner.
Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Now, here's Sabonis. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him. They just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Out to the wing. Nurkic dishes to Porter. Sacramento moving it around. And Bogdanovich kicks to Wiggins. Porter trying to free himself up. Can't tie it up as that one misses. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Brogdon. Ready by Bogdanovich.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
To the inside. Here's Nurkic. Feeds to Wiggins. And he hits it to tie the game up.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Whiteside kicks to Sabonis. Pass to McCollum. Takes a 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
Sacramento shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting. So some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Bogdanovich. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. You know, year 1, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
Well, the one thing the Kings have gotten right, Brent, is this new home arena. It is one of the best in the league.
Well, on warm Sacramento nights, what's really cool about this place is they open it up. So you got the natural airflow, it sneaks in, it feels comfortable here. Something these fans can take a lot of pride in with what they've done in downtown Sacramento.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Dave Yeager in his 3rd season with the Kings. Before that, 9 seasons, Brent, in Memphis, with 3 of those being the Grizzlies head coach.
Yeah, an interesting end to his time in Memphis as things just kind of went awry between him and management. But the personnel decisions is what it came down to. And he has a fresh start in Sacramento with a very young, very energetic team that needs some direction. Maybe Dave Yeager, the guy to get the job done.
Now here's McCollum. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
And how's that core move, the killer crossover? It's a thing of beauty.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Dave Yeager. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy. It might take a few different approaches here before they find one that works.
One approach, GA, might be clogging up the passing lanes and make it really difficult to move the ball around the perimeter, get away from the shifting, and keep the open three-point looks to a minimum.
Right side, no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often. It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
Now here's Whiteside. 14 points from him the last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia. Helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
Free throw, good, Whiteside.
Interesting with the game shifting to the pace and space about where Whiteside fits into the puzzle. He is still a double-double threat down on the inside and can be taken advantage of on nights.
And both free throws good from Whiteside. Sacramento leading by 6. Porter with it. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Magic in Orlando.
And drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Well, Brent, as a former dunk contest winner, I have to ask your thoughts on one of the great Hawks of all time, the terrific human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Well, Dominique, one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen, and one of the most feared dunkers, obviously, of his era. You remember a lot of the highlights with Nick coming in, flying in, finishing off a shot that might have missed from the opposite wing and going up over the top of 2 or 3 guys. So he certainly doesn't get enough credit nationally for the type of offensive firepower that Nick provided for his beloved Atlanta Hawks for years and years.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. And really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
The Hawks making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
Now, there's no doubt that the Hawks are right in the midst or the beginning stages of a massive rebuild. It's something that the Hawks organization had delayed quite a bit. They had that great core of Horford, Korver, Teague, and Bazemore that got them into the playoffs for several seasons. But now it's about the future, it's about growth, and it's about these young guys getting an opportunity.
Here's Bullock. Atlanta again missing.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Hart the pass to Galloway. Ball's knocked loose. Porter finds Carroll. digits. And the Hawks and the rebuild, it was something they put off year after year.
Well, it was a team here that made the playoffs every season since 2008, so a 9-year run for the Atlanta Hawks, and they tried their best to add players to put them over the top, but nobody really came down to Atlanta to do that. So you can't be mad for a decade of really good basketball here in Atlanta, and now the reset is on.
For Sacramento, they have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
One shot.
The Kings making a switch here. Reed's checked in.
Well, the Kings are certainly in full rebuild mode, adding to this roster with a bunch of young talent. Last season, a bottom 3 team in both offense and defense, and a bottom 4 in rebounding. So plenty of room to make strides this year.
Atlanta calls timeout. And the Kings looking to develop their young players. Coach Yeager with a deep rotation.
Well, last season it was interesting. If you look at the minutes totals, there was no player that played more than 28 minutes a game. So a multitude of players getting tons of opportunities. And they added some veterans in the locker room to try to help those guys along and provide some mentorship.
The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Rajon Rondo, 4th.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Even though the skills have slipped for Rondo, and there's been some areas where maybe he hasn't been a great fit for whatever reason, he is a natural playmaker, and last year showed signs of getting back to that kind of form, playing alongside Holiday, AD, and of course his old running mate from his Sacramento Kings days, DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah, it seemed like Rajon Rondo that was reeled in last year and back to being laser focused.
First free throw is good. And last season, Brett, Rondo showing he can still dish it out. At the end of December, he had that game where he dished out 25 assists.
Yeah, I want to go back, Kevin, and find out how many teams had how many games where they didn't reach 25 assists as a ball club. What a night for him. The highest assist total by a player since 1996. That was a night Jay Kidd doled out that many assists.
Getting open in the NBA, not an easy task, and there are a lot of players that are so good moving off the ball.
I think the first couple guys that come to mind are J.J. Redick and Kyle Korver. Old school style in which they operate like a Rip Hamilton. And if you go back, Mitch Richmond, where they're using a multitude of screens, seemingly never stopping during an offensive possession and causing some kind of confusion. So J.J. and Kyle Korver are still doing exemplary jobs of off-ball movement.
Here's Rondo after Ed Davis's score. 6 to shoot. And it's Bullock in the corner. It's good from long range. Bullock's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Hart. He's guarded by Bullock. Carroll against Zeller. With the teardrop. Passes it to Galloway. Goes up again, and it's blocked by O'Quinn.
O'Quinn demonstrating solid timing there, and that's a pretty vicious rejection.
Galloway kicks to Hart. They grab their own miss.
Teams rebounding is a great measure measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here's Bullock. Another three for Atlanta.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Hart. Loads it up for Davis. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Rondo. Here's Zeller. Outside for Rondo. Five on the clock. Second chance shot. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Sacramento again missing. The Hawks trail by 5. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Bullock. Here's O'Quinn. You know what? They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Here's Hart. He's guarded by Bullock. And here's Carroll trying to get something going, and he sinks the layup. Carroll's got his first 2 points of the night.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside?
And so it's the Sacramento Kings heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now, in a different stage of his career, Carmelo Anthony adjusting to a new role on this team.
We all had to accept whatever the role is for each individual, and I think it started with me to just accept that role and ask the guys, what do you need from me? Ask Coach, what do you need from me? And be able to go out there and accept that and deliver that.
And that adjustment, you know, Greg, not without hiccups for a lot of star players.
No doubt. It can be difficult to accept a diminished role, but if Melo is going to finally win a title, I think he'll have to be as more of a secondary player.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump. And that really helped them to set the tone.
I think you said it. If you start off playing physical, Greg, there's kind of the attention of the referees and the opponent that they're coming at them all night long.
On the floor for Sacramento, Jamari Carroll is out there with Reed. Then it's Exum, and there's Davis, and it's Hart in at the shooting guard position. They get it back. Shot by Zeller, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Carroll against Green. We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Now, here's Bullock. He's guarded closely. From deep three-point range, the Hawks again can't hit. And so it's Exum with it. They'll bring it up for Sacramento. And Carroll gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Rondo. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
When you get to the painted area, Rondo's got great touch on the inside.
Kings leading now by 10. Exum kicks to Reed. Back to Exum. Pass to Carroll. Launches a three. Nailed from three-point land. Carroll's got 7 points in the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Now the pass to O'Quinn. Now here's Rondo. Defense is right there. Misses that one. He's made one and missed two this game so far. Carroll passes to Exum. Reed against Zeller. Reed kicks to Exum. The second chance effort. And he lays it up and in. And the Kings lead by 15.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And the biggest problem for them in that game, even as they got into foul trouble, they could just never pull back.
Yeah, they just stayed aggressive the whole way, and you love the effort, but the fouls limited what they could do with their rotations here tonight.
And then for Sacramento, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Davis. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Willie Reed. And Smith subbed in for Josh Hart. A shot fake there got the D out of position.
Adding ways to score into the paint, Whiteside continues to develop a more refined post game with better footwork each year.
Here's Smith. And he banks in the layup. And the Hawks with possession here. 15-point game. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Collin passes to Sabonis. And here's Anthony for three. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Can't allow that much separation, even as the pass is coming his way. Try and crowd Carmelo as best you can.
Now here is Smith. A 14-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
That one off the back iron and out. Atlanta's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly.
Well, the Kings entering their second full campaign here without DeMarcus Cousins. Did they get equal value in that trade that they made? Probably not. But they have the flexibility, and they've added to this roster with some young talent and see if they can make some combinations here work to escape the mediocrity that they're in.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Again, the miss by Smith. The Hawks trail by 10. And the Kings talked about a culture change as they parted ways with Cousins. Brent, do you see it that way?
Well, DeMarcus Cousins was learning and growing. And the interesting thing you go back to is his relationship with Denver Nuggets coach now, Mike Malone. It seemed like they were on a good path, and then a lot of other things happened around this basketball team. So just trying to clear the air, trying to make things fresh and new. They have the new arena. I think that's helping them along. But now it's incumbent on the front office to deliver with this clean slate they have in front of them.
Pass to Exum. Wiggins surveying the floor. Here's Smith. And again, unable to change momentum here. To the middle. Here's Wiggins, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 3 assists in the game. Smith against McCollum. Passes it to Sabonis. Down low. Rebound by Nurkic.
Yeah, just misjudged the layup. Defense has to be better. Very fortunate there.
Rebounds, Atlanta takes possession. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Hawks.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Now here's Anthony. He had 15 points last outing. Pass to Sabonis. Here is Whiteside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, the Hawks were super young last year, and they had all the troubles that come with youth. Inconsistency, guys trying to find out what their role is for the year, lots of turnover problems and questionable shot selection, and now they're younger this year. So if you're a fan of the Hawks, patience is the key.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And for the Hawks, those problems are things that are just part of the process, Brent, of growing this team.
Yeah, you got to really focus on positives around this rebuild. They've got a solid group of young, talented players that can really shoot the basketball. What they're going to have to do is start to take some pride on the defensive end of the floor, and they're going to have to learn what it takes to play an 82-game season with consistent effort on both ends.
Now here is Smith. Outside, Bogdanovich. Carroll kicks to Smith. Nurkic up top. Bogdanovich against Brogdon. Shot clock at 6. Nurkic. That shot off. Excellent D there from Anthony. Here's the Hawks with the ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Count it. Sabonis has got his first basket of the night.
Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side of the ball.
McCollum against Smith. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
Shooting 2.
First one drops. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
With the Timberwolves' playoff appearance last season, Brent, in 2018, the longest playoff drought in the NBA now held by the Sacramento Kings.
Yep, 12 seasons for the Kings on the outside looking into the playoffs, and in that time their one-loss record, they've won just 35% of their games. So fans hoping that the Kings can crown off a season by getting themselves into the playoffs. It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it, let it come back to you.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
His offensive approach tonight has been aggressive, and it's paid off with a lot of trips to the line.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Smith.
What's up, gentlemen?
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Hawks trail by 8. McCollum kicks to Whiteside. Now here's Sabonis. And here's McCollum for 3. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
First 3 of the quarter and 3rd overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
There's Galloway. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Nurkic. And that one goes long.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. McCollum, one of the best shooters in the NBA. Any range, any shot, he can knock it down.
Yeah, a little bit of a down year in 18 for Lillard, but the way that he can score and the efficiency with which he can score is just remarkable. I really like to watch the pace he plays with, Kevin. I mean, he finds spots on the floor to get to and has that length and kind of never sped up sort of mentality on the offensive end. Becomes very, very dangerous.
this moment here now, let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Number 5, the Hawks.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive stop.
Wiggins outside. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. To the inside. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got his third basket of the night right there.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Sabonis. McCollum kicks to Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. Over Wiggins. And it comes off the front of the rim. Sacramento leading by 5. Here's Porter. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 11 rebounds in the game. Anthony down low, covered by Wiggins. Gets that one to drop. A rare make, bumping him up to 3 for 10.
I feel like Melo has always been a guy who doesn't mind hanging around down low, knocking guys around a little bit, and getting great second chance opportunities.
There's Galloway. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Bogdanovic against Brogdon. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
Now here's McCollum. 13 points in the game. Sabonis, the pass to Whiteside. Inside, stolen. Sabonis against Porter. Atlanta with the rebound. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the paint, and stolen by Bogdanovic. Kicks to Nurkic. Galloway taking his time here. Fader on the way. Rebounded by the Hawks. Whiteside's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Brogdon finds Anthony. And he uses the glass on the layup. Anthony's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Here's Porter. That's good. And so Galloway with the assist. And that's 19 points for Michael Porter.
He's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
There's Galloway. He's guarded by McCollum. Galloway kicks to Nurkic. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Brogdon against Bogdanovic. Here's Whiteside. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Looking at the last game for Sacramento. It was a win against the Magic.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
Well, you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
Throw good, Wiggins, and the Hawks will go for a different look here. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Whiteside. Zeller comes in for Sabonis. Jeff Green is checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. Sacramento also making some changes. Davis comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Josh Hart in for Bogdanovic. That one is no good. Hey, Brent, you look at how Kyle Quinn got to this point, mostly hard work and proving people wrong.
Yeah, just one Division I scholarship offer out of high school. Ended up being a second-round pick and an unsung player who does a lot of things for you on the inside, plays with tremendous passion. And if I've heard correctly, he is the comedian in the locker room. So what else could you want, Kevin, besides some levity?
Now Green on deep, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Yeah. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie John. What a start for Michael Porter. He ended up with 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they stopped.
And that's...
And we welcome you back with a look at such a terrific location here in the heart of downtown Atlanta. Second half of basketball upon it. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
We've got Malcolm Brogdon, Anthony out there with Sabonis. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce.
Last on the first.
He misses the free throw. He's good on the second. The Hawks trail by 4. Brogdon the pass to Whiteside. And the pass to Sabonis. It's McCollum on the wing. Over Smith. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And that's now 18 points for C.J. McCollum. Smith finds Porter. And here's Nurkic. Outside Bogdanovich. Four on the clock. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Porter, no luck. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Anthony. Here's Sabonis. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Here is Whiteside following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Pass to Brogdon. Anthony in the corner over Wiggins. Out that one, the Sacramento Heat has been cut back down to 2 points on the basket from Anthony.
A Melo special right there, playing in the mid-range. That's pretty much been his home his entire career.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
McCollum kicks to Whiteside. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Whiteside. And that's 13 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Here's Smith. Good on the 13-footer. And the Kings lead by 4.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
Brogdon the pass to Whiteside. Now, here's Sabonis. He's guarded by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Sabonis. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 from Anthony. Anthony's got 16.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made 1 in the first half. Now he has 1 so far in this half. Look out.
Now here's Wiggins. 11 points in the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats for Sabonis. He had a strong showing last season. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Damari Carroll's checked in for Porter. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Sabonis, the pass to Whiteside. Second shot opportunity, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. McCollum's got 20 points.
Well, McCollum right now relentless on the offensive end. It doesn't matter how much he's scoring. He'll take a little more.
Here's Nurkic. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Hawks trailing. The shot by Brogdon wide open. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense, because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look. They survived it.
That one is off. Reggie Bolt, who's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. So he can't get either to fall. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. The 3 from Anthony. Kept alive. Here's Whiteside. Makes it off the glass. Whiteside's got 10.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to. When he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
On the wing, Wiggins, covered by Anthony. Right side, Bogdanovich. Puts it up from 12. Sacramento again missing.
Pretty surprised he missed that shot. The defense was decent, but not really a factor.
McCollum outside. He kicks it to Whiteside. Down low, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
A great pass by Whiteside, hanging in that play.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every three-pointer he takes right now.
Take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Well, you look at Bullock, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Passes to McCollum. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Smith. McCollum, no good.
And the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Smith. Clock at 6. Pass to Nurkic. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
But his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Anthony nowhere around. That falls. High speed that time from McCollum.
Well, the defense does not appear to be playing together out there right now. Lots of bad reach-ins and not enough getting in front of the man to stop the penetration.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Back at you. That's payback for the three on the other end.
A little mano-a-mano there, entertaining, but you also want to keep your teammates involved.
Now here's Whiteside. He's got 10. And there's the pass to Sabonis. It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Smith. They double him with Wiggins. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Second shot opportunity. Got a piece of it. The Kings trail by 3. Bogdanovich looking around. Outside Anthony. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
And here's Wiggins following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. No good from 11 feet. Smith against McCollum. Over Smith. And again, it's Atlanta.
C.J. McCollum can go from second gear to fourth gear and back to second gear. A defense's nightmare.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Whiteside. Zeller comes in for Domantas Sabonis. Green, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Rajon Rondo subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Davis is checked in for Sacramento. Josh Hart comes in for Bogdanovich. Now here is Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins passes to Hart. Over Green. Atlanta with the rebound. With the floater. Wiggins with the rebound.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Although he's a bit smaller, Rondo knows he's got to outthink guys on the interior. And that time drew the contact.
The Hawks have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. And he knocks down the first one. Sacramento making a switch here. Galloway's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
Hart kicks to Galloway. Pass to Wiggins. Here's Hart by Green. Hart, no good. Atlanta leading by 9. Jacks up a 3. Buries it from three-point range. Bullock's got 11.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Sacramento with the ball. Following the 3 by Atlanta. Galloway, no good. Rondo with it. He's got 5. The dish to Green. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Passes to Rondo. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. He has 7.
Yep, can be a threat from the mid-range whenever Rondo looks to get it going from there.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball going.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for Atlanta. And a change for Sacramento. Porter's checked in for Langston Galloway. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
To the middle, here's Green. Doesn't go for him. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Pass to Porter. There's the pass to Hart. Carroll against Green. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot goes in. And that's now 18 points for Andrew Wiggins. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Outside, Green. 1:36 left to play in the third. The Kings trail by 12. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his first foul. Atlanta making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Wiggins drawn the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's Atlanta now. Atlanta leading by 12. Rondo with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Rondo kicks to Green. 1:07 left in the third. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Porter.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
And he can't get the first one.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
The Kings trail by 13. Wiggins outside. 58 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Hart. And he banks in the layup. Hart's got 5 now.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Rondo against Wiggins. The 3 from Anthony. Green kicks to Anthony. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wiggins, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Wiggins has got 11 points here in just the second half. Rondo against Wiggins. And here's Rondo. 7 points in the game. Kicks it to Anthony. This is his first chance at the line tonight. First one falls for him.
Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor no matter what's going on around. He's still going to be a gamer.
With 1 on the clock. Misses. And As we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hawks lead by 11. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Sacramento, they've got Damari Carroll out there. Davis is out there with Porter. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Hart in the 2-guard spot. He kicks to Wiggins. Back to Hart. Rebounded by Anthony. The Hawks leading by 13. Rondo finds Green. And the basket is good.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Wiggins. And the layup's good off the glass. Wiggins has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
He has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
Here's Anthony. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Porter. Great tee that time from Green. And so Green will bring it up for Atlanta. Anthony taking his time here. It's over Carroll. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Man, that 2003 draft class, just an absolute monster. And Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick that year. Think about it, LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Heck, 3 or 4 of those guys played together.
Gentlemen,
but all taken in the first 5 picks. What a great draft that was for the NBA.
And that one was it. And you know, in that 2003 draft, the Pistons famously picked Darko Milicic over Melo with the 2nd pick.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty familiar with that, Kevin, at this point. And Melo coming off such a terrific season at Syracuse, where he led the team to the national title as a freshman. And crazy to think, if the Pistons had taken him, I don't know, how many more wins would they have piled up at this point?
Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
Now here is Davis, and the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for the Kings. Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. Passes it to Hart. On the wing, Porter. Wiggins from outside. Rebounded by McCollum. And when you think about Melo's scoring, back to the basket, facing up, so versatile as a scorer.
A combination of strength, quickness, and touch that you rarely see. He can go around you, through you, or shoot it right over you.
Now McCollum following the 3-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. On the clock. Over Smith. The Hawks again can't hit. The Kings trail by 14. Porter dishes to Smith. Good on the bucket.
Working on his interior game, Smith Jr. is very aware he has what it takes to score from there.
McCollum against Smith. Poked away. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance over McCollum. Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 4 this quarter.
What speed there from Smith Jr. Excels at tearing up the court when the break is on.
Smith against McCollum. Sinks the 15-footer. McCollum's got 24.
Yeah, you can't allow those kind of looks. That's the type of defense played by a team staring at a double-digit deficit.
Porter kicks to Nurkic. Here's Smith. No good off the back of the rim. The Hawks leading by 12. McCollum outside. Over Smith. McCollum no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Nurkic trying to get open. Lays it up and banks it in. 10 points for Dennis Smith.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
McCollum against Smith. And the shot is long. The Kings trail by 10. Wiggins outside. Back to Smith. Pass to Nurkic. Out to Smith. Back to Nurkic. Over Zeller. Nurkic can't hit. The Hawks shooting the ball at 42%. Anthony, the pass to McCollum. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
A testament to the savvy of McCollum. The defender bites on his subtle move, then is left with no choice but to foul him.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
And so McCollum nails both of them. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
And this has been an area of great improvement for him. McCollum shot under 70% at the line in each of his first 2 seasons, but really picked up his pace since then.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Smith finds Porter. Now here's Nurkic. And there's the pass to Smith. Sacramento again missing. Brogdon against Bogdanovich. Brogdon the pass to McCollum. It's stolen by Smith. Now Bogdanovich. Smith outside. From past the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Count the basket. And that's now 30 points for C.J. McCollum.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
Smith kicks to Porter. Wiggins inside the line. Rebound by the Hawks. McCollum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The shot by Anthony, no good. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Sacramento. They trail by 16. Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Miami Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the Charlotte Hornets.
And you know, for that Knicks game, this is a game that they are expected to win, but Sometimes those are the kind of games where you get a little bit sloppy and start looking ahead. Either way, they'll need to put in tremendous effort to walk away with a victory.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft. And Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as
17-year-old? I know
in the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. McCollum, no good. The Kings trail by 13. To the inside. Shoots from the line. Hits the front of the rim and out.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Deep two from Anthony. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 4 assists now tonight. The drive by Smith. Wiggins from outside. Cans it from downtown. Wiggins has got 5 points in the quarter.
Willing to work the ball to his open teammate, Smith Jr. This is what leaders do best.
McCollum finds Brogdon. Now, here's Sabonis. Pass to McCollum. From deep three-point range, with 1 on the clock, and the jam by Whiteside.
At 7 feet tall, Whiteside is always a threat for the high percentage dunk.
Smith on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. Wiggins kicks to Nurkic. Wiggins against Anthony. Wiggins drives in. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. McCollum passes to Brogdon. Now Sabonis. He is covered by Bogdanovich. Pass to McCollum. Over Smith. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
Just don't touch him right now, okay? You're going to burn yourself. The guy is on fire.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, he is on a major role today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
Whiteside.
Well, he's got his field goal percentage in the high 50s, and that says a lot about how well he's been able to kind of exploit the gaps in the defense. His motion, his ability to find open spots on the floor, you can definitely see the difference.
He finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Pass to Smith. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. He dishes it to Porter. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 12. McCollum kicks to Sabonis. And the shot is good.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college. So him working inside, that's a good sign.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Nurkic can't hit.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Now here's McCollum. Over Smith. McCollum, no good. The Kings trail by 14. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. And that'll be his third foul so far. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as white and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all?
Not really. It's a little off-putting some games where you just flip on and your
trying
brains...
to figure out where they are. Exactly.
Where's this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
Now, here's Brogdon. Following the missed shot by Nurkic. Nurkic with the block.
Excellent defense by Nurkic on that play. He made sure that shot was not going anywhere near the rim.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Atlanta.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the most rewarding wins they'll have this season. They could have easily gone quietly, but they fought back so hard.
They really did. And I think it shows a little bit of the character of this group, and that's a testament to them. When things seem to be their most difficult, they have a way of rallying around one another and looking to be at their best.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Hassan Whiteside.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
Here is Davis after Rajon Rondo's bucket. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Over the limit. At the line of the game, Dante Exum.
And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws. 20 seconds left in the fourth. The clock now can just run out for the Hawks. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.